Okie dokie. Just an impromptu live. Because I want to start making a little album. So I've got a few flyers there, got my hostess code, details of a giveaway that I have going on my main business page. And yeah, hope everybody's well. Finished the day job. Hi Jane, how are you? Hi Charlene, hope you're well. Right, what do I need? I need a phone holder. I need a little phone holder. Alright, okay, let me see now, let me see. I think I'm sorted, How is everyone? It is so cold. So cold. So, I thought, I tried to do a video earlier, but the dogs were getting in the way a little bit. So, I thought I would come on and start a little how to make your own album on the Crafty Stampin' Club Facebook group. And then I shall upload it to YouTube later. I'm closing off this hostess workshop tomorrow evening, so if anybody's shopping online or would like anything added tomorrow, let me know before tomorrow tea time. And also on the Smith's Crafty Creations Facebook page, hi Kelly, I've got a giveaway up for January finally, so it's free to enter. Comment on the post, you get 1 entry. Share the post publicly, you get 2 entries, and you get an additional 5 entries if you happen to be shopping with me in January. So, I am giving away a Stampin' Up paper trimmer that doubles as a scoring tool as well. So this is it here. It's a great tool. And you can buy both the blades and the scoring blade as refills. So, all is good. Right, so let me see now. Let me get this away. So what I thought I would make is start making an album, because I haven't made one in a while and I'm not an expert or anything. I'm still very much learning. So I've got these free papers. I've got a couple of packs of these with my last order, Flight and Airy. So I thought I'm going to try and use it all up. And the best way to use up DSP quickly is by making an album. So I have A4 grey board that I have in my stash for when I do albums. So I have made this. It's going to be like a thin album. So these measure 8 by 5. So it's going to be an 8 by 5 album. And the spine is going to be 1 5/8. So basically I trimmed it down to 8 inches. And then I cut 2 5-inch panels. And I'm using this middle bit as the spine. So what we need to do first is we need to cover one side. Now you will need 12 by 12 paper, or 2 bits of A4. Might actually use my A4 because I have a few packs of these. So it would mean adhering 2 pieces together to get good coverage. But that's absolutely fine. So let me get them out in preparation. Hi Joe! I'm going to try and make a little 8 by 5 album. I don't know whether I'm going to have pages in it or not, or 2 gift boxes that I could put gifts in. We shall see, but I'm going to make the outside as it is. So, what we want to do, we need some tape. So let me find... So I've got this big roll of double-sided tape, which is amazing. I hope you're well, honey. I've not seen you crafting much. I hope everything's okay. Right, I need a ruler. Here it is. I've got a metal ruler here, just to help me cut off the edges of the tape. Oh, come on. Can't pick it up because I've got silly big nails on. Right, give me a second till I get this ruler out my drawer. I'm going to have to leverage it out with my scissors. Oh, it's stuck in the inside of the drawer, that's what it was. So we've got 2 pieces that are 8 by 5 and 1 piece that is 8 by 1 5/8. Hi Karen. So what we need to do is we need to cover it with our double-sided tape. A lot of people like using red tape, that's fine as well. But it does take a little bit longer. I think it's a bit more footery when you use red tape, especially if you're doing a video. So I'm just trying to keep this down to as quick as I can do it. So hopefully we'll get the outside cover on, etc. And maybe the spine, but if not, we could always do that another day. So you want to cover your grey pieces before you start sticking them onto the cardstock. Oh, morning from Milwaukee and is it Wisconsin in USA, Laurie? Nice to see you. It is the afternoon here. It is 1:10 in the afternoon. So I finished work earlier today because I did work extra yesterday. I'm just waiting for the extra work catching up with my health-wise, but so far so good. Okay. Now this bit is obviously too thin for this. So let me get some tape. I've got some double-sided tape here. This is slightly thicker than my Stampin' Up stuff, but you know what? It still does the job. Oh, it's 7:10 in the morning, Wisconsin. Yay! Thanks for popping on. You're up nice and early. Oops. Right, let me put 3 bits on that. Now, I do have special tools that I use that help me place the grey board onto the cardstock. So let me pop them there. It was actually Joe that recommended this through someone I used to craft with. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to stick these 2 pieces together to A4s. Now I will use red tape for this because I want to make sure it does not come apart. So very easily. You just need to watch when you're cutting. I will be decorating this with all Stampin' Up stuff. That's the only thing when you do albums. We don't have red tape or anything, unfortunately, so I'm just going to press that down like so. Right, I need a pokey tool because it's always useful for picking the backing off. You could take your pick tool, or you can use your scissors, or you can use your pokey tool. It's always handy to have this nearby. Right, now we're just going to pop these together. So let's see now. Don't want to, it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight because we're going to cut it down anyway. Right, I also need a bone folder. Bone folder. Now, is this view a little bit too close? Let me pop this up a bit and see if that helps. Move my coffee out the way. I want to get this in view. There we go. I might go off the screen a little bit, but it'll be absolutely fine. Right, so what we need to do is we need to pop that there, and that there. Now you can use a scrap piece of grey board. You can glue 2 bits together and that will give you a good distance for the kind of folding area. Because you need to leave gaps so that you can fold the paper over without it creasing and what have you. But our Stampin' Up paper is really good, so. Right, so what do I want to do? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure this is level. Although, like I say, it doesn't matter because we're going to, let me do it in line with the seam. We're going to cut it down anyway. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave that in place. That's just a little guide. You can use wet glue as well to give it a little more shimmy room. Okay, these things just take so much time to make. Need to have my little bin beside me. You do get lots of scraps and offcuts and bits of rubbish from making these as well. Come on, off you come. Off you come. And of course I've moved this, but it doesn't matter. So I want the seal to be in the middle of the spine because I know it's going to be safe there. So I'm just going to add some wet glue. Well, every time I get the dogs settled, they want to just disappear into the next room. I've just been out the front giving my oldest German Shepherd a brush because she's still molting and she looks like half the dog. And watch this, once she stops molting, her daughter Millie will have a turn. Won't you, Millie? There's lots of little robins outside today. I think it's 3 different robins I've seen in the garden. Been feeding them little bits of crackers and what have you. I love to see red robins. And I saw one of my crafty friends that stays in Canada. She put a post up to say that the red cardinals were out. Oh, I just love birdies. I love birds, I love birds. Right, okay, so just a little bit wet glue. That means you can move it about ever so slightly, just in case you misplace it on your card. Hi, Karen. How are you? I loved your card sketch that you done from Saturday's live. It was lovely. Now, this is ever so slightly squint. I don't know what I've done, but it's absolutely fine. I need to make sure this one goes on pretty straight, though. Okay. Now, if you want, you can use a ruler as a guide as well, because I have this little single piece that I can pop in there to keep the same gap. It does get a bit difficult because there's hardly any room. Hi, Hazelan. Well done on your first YouTube video, honey. Nutty Haze Crafts, is it your page? Can't remember. I'm a bit brain fog now because I've been working all morning. Oh, super sticky. Super sticky. Right. So let's get this down so it marries up in line with that other piece. Perfect. Like I say, you don't need these fancy tools. You can use 2 bits of grey board together. Fantastic. Right, next thing we need to do is miter the corners in preparation for getting this over. The basic boot binding tools is using it from After the Year. Thank you, boot binding tools. So, these are very handy. So I need to cut it. I'm going to mark it first and then I'm going to cut it. Let's see. I'll just use my white gel pen to mark it. And this gives you kind of like precision. Oops, helps if the pen works, Tricia. It gives you a precision size on all 4 corners. And it's just big enough so that, why is that not working? That it folds over good. Hey, hang on, my pen's getting a bit funny. I think that one's maybe out of ink. Oh my goodness. Just as well I have a backup. I've got a few of these from, what do you call it? Oh, what's it? Is it not Paper Mate? Oh, I can't remember. Can't remember where I got them. These are Uniball pens. But I got them from that stationery place that shut down. It seems okay at this end, hon. Right, scissors now. I'm going to use my big gold scissors. They're my material scissors. However, they do come in handy for other stuff. Right, I'm going to keep my little bin beside me so I can collect all the little scrappy bits. I had to go catch up later. Oh, no worries, hon. Thank you. So I'm just going to cut off the edges like this. Oh, I love the sound of paper cutting. Should make a ASMR video. They're good, the videos, but Boy, do they take a lot of time and faffing about, and ain't got time for that. Right, so what we're going to do is just gently manipulate the folds. Now, like I say, our Stampin' Up card doesn't tend to crack or anything. However, it's good to just get into the hang of just doing this. Paper chase, thank you, Joe. You're such a diamond. What's it called? What's it called? Right. There we go. And again, this side. And if you want, you could just kind of fold it like so. And do it like that. Great. So I'm confident now that that isn't going to rip. So I'm just going to burnish it a wee bit, because we want to stick down these edges first. Okay. Just be careful around your joins. There we go. Super duper. Right, what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to do the same with these folds in the middle. Joe, I finished off your gatefolds folio album, so you have inspired me to get my finger out and make something with my board. So I just, unfortunately Joe does not have a YouTube channel yet, but he does have a group, Chipboard Chappy Crafts, and I had this template that I'd made with Joe's instructions, Chipboard Chappy. So Joe has called this a gatefold waterfall folio, and like I say, he's Joe cooking on here. So I finished it off by decorating it with the beautiful Stampin' Up papers. I am going to do a belly band on it, or some sort of feature on the front, but these are just gorgeous. I love just making these and then looking at them. Oh, they're just amazing. I need to reorganise my room so that I can put my albums out on show. Right, okay, so are you ready? Next step is we want to put red tape or tape on all of these and start sticking them down. Okay, so let me get this. And thanks to Joe for sharing where this come from, because I can't actually physically advertise other craft things, where to get them anyway. So that's good, Joe, because that's handy. Thank you, sweetheart. Ta-da! And it comes in blue or pink. So obviously I went for pink. Right, okay, so let's see. This is going to be too thick for that, but it's fine. I could pop that away. Right, I think I'll use red tape. I've got plenty of this. Just need to find the start. Thank you. Like I say, I can take the, what's the word? Oh goodness, I am so brain foggy. I'm at that stage in my HRT packet, you see. I could take Pride of Place for the decoration, but the design, like I say, is our Joe Cookins. And Joe, like me, likes to do all his own measurements when he's creating new projects and what have you. Oh, Joe, I could give you some training if you want to know how to edit videos. So easy when you know how. It's like one of these things, you could be put off something, but then when you realise how easy it is, it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do pay for my, how much is it? It's about £60 a year for my video editing software. And also I've got one on my phone that's £40 a year. I don't use that often, but it is there for emergencies if I want to make something into a time-relapse video, a little short one or what have you, but it's really easy. I'm sure you've got Apple Macs, haven't you? Because the built-in editing software in there's quite good. I'm not sure how fancy it is, but it's great. It is great. And when I used free versions of editing software before, Sometimes my videos would be flagged up on social media because the music belonged to someone else, or but I've not had any of that with this program that I use. It's called Power Director 360. It can do a lot more singing and dancing than I know how to do, but I think it's I can use it fancy enough so that my videos look nice on YouTube. So, right, I'm going to get a bit haphazard with this, but I will trim off the little extra pieces, etc. There we go. So we'll just burnish all them down. Oh, there you go, you've got that software. Awesome. So easy. It's so easy. And once you know how to do the editing, it's good. I'll tell you how I learned actually. I already knew how to do some basics, but you know how you get Business Gateway in Scotland? I got a free training through Business Gateway 5, and I think there is one in Glasgow, Joe. They offer free Zoom training and what have you, and more often than not they've got that video editing. I'm not sure what program they use, but the basics are the same for all the editing software in terms of how you can add sound and trim your video, add in extra graphics, add in text and special effects. So that's a good option as well. Sometimes they have it in person, sometimes they have it online. So you might even be able to access other areas, because I know there's like North of Scotland, Inverness, Business Gateway and things like that. So yeah, you should, hun, you should. Right, I'm going to put the sides in first. Okay. Right, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Now my phone that's recording just now is only on 50%. So if I have to stop the video and then continue another day, I'll do that. I'll not get lots done this afternoon. I've got a washing that I need to hang up. And I'm not really wanting to do that now because my hands have just started warming up because it's so cold here. Right, so see how easy that folded over because I've done the grafting work first. There we go. If you get any little glue bits, just obviously use one of your glue erasers to remove it. You are going to get a little bit gluey and messy. What day is it today? Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. But not Friday yet, folks. Is it not Friday yet? Right, okay. It's always good to put a little bit extra glue on. I should maybe start selling my album so I could get more money for buying more craft supplies. It has been such a quiet month for sales so far, which is expected because January seems to have like 900 days in the month. I get paid tomorrow, and I tell you, it couldn't have come around quick enough. Couldn't have come around quick enough. Hi Brenda, hi Maddie. Hope you're well. Alright, I'm just making the basics of a little 5x8 album. I know it's not your usual size, but I was thinking a size where I could get mats and layers from one sheet of A4, because if you make it slightly bigger, you're only going to get one mat from an A4 sheet, but I'm hopefully going to be able to get 2 mats per A4 sheet. Lovely jubbly. Love it. And again, this I've not done albums for long. It was someone that, there was a group of us before that used to get together and do album making because we're all beginners. So I learned quite a lot through those ladies, which was nice. Right, now, what we need to do is we just need to, hi Michelle, how are you? We just need to do that, just to reinforce those folds. Ta-da! Ta-da! So there is, look how cute that is. Like I say, the join is here, but that will be covered, etc. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. Right, let me get some of this glue off of my fingers. Let me grab one of my other albums actually quickly. Give me a second. Where are we? Oh, I am talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to anybody. Right, go lie down in your beds. So this was the first album I made, and I'm super proud of it. That I will never, ever, ever, ever part with it. But like I say, this is a bigger album. So what I'm wanting to make is the inner page holder sections. Now these are like 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch between pages. I want to make it smaller, so I might be a little bit haphazard with my calculations, but if it doesn't work out, I'll just try again. Hi, Karen. What is your measurements, or do you have a blog post? So grey board's 8x5, 8x5, and this is 8 by 1 5/8. So you'll get these out of an A4 sheet, honey. So all I done was I trimmed down the long side so that it was 8 inches in height, and then I cut. So you only get one little scrap. That's all the scrap of it. And in fact, you could actually bend that in half, glue it together, and you can also use that as a guide for the distance between your pages. I do love this Lori, and I really like the acetate, and I put some quilling on there that I don't normally do. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And then I've got lovely charm on this side, and it's a really good way to use your stash. So, right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to I need to cut this down to just under 8 inches so that it falls in between the top and the bottom. Sorry if I'm going off the screen. And then I'm going to wing it with my measurements. So, if I do this at 7 3/4, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Mountain Valley in here. Okay, so I'm just going to wing it. I do want my mountains to be 1/2 inch. So I'm going to start with a score and I'll work out the way. Okay, so let's try this, Tricia. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't think I'll write up a blog post about this because it's an awful lot of calculations and what have you. Right, so I'm going to score there. So that's going to be my middle page. Okay, then I'm going to score. So where did I score that at? Scored that at 5 7/8, so that's 1/4 inch. Right, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I'll do the measurements better. Okay, so I want it at 1/2 inch, which is here. Let me just mark that actually. It's a little bit difficult when you're winging it. So I'm just going to line it up with this line here so I can see where the previous score is, and I want that to be 1/2 inch as well. I'll make sure it's straight. Oh, and that's out a little, but that's okay. That's half. It's this one that's out slightly. So if I do that, I'll fix it. No one's going to see your little boo-boos in this. Right, so I'm just really wanting to show you the process. So this is going to be one of many pages, not too much though. Okay, and then we'll fold it that way. So what happens is when we design our page, it will be open and it will go slip one side like that. Right, so what I want to do is just do a 1/4 of an inch difference now for the valley. Okay, so let's line that up, and I want to take it to here, which is a 1/4 of an inch, just there. And I can see top and bottom, I don't know if you can see it, I can see top and bottom that it lines up with a 1/4 inch. Okay, that's a 1/4 inch. Grand. So that is a little valley. Right, back to 1/2 inches now. So if I line up that, let me see. I'm just trying to line it up. Sorry, I'm just whispering because I'm close to my camera and I don't want to be shouting. Oh, I don't want to be shouting. There we go. 1/2 inch and another 1/2 is there. Great. I know this looks a little complicated, but it will make sense in a minute. When you're using measurements that you've used before, it is easier. So you can see we now have two. Hi Tammy, Joe, or Tammy, or anybody. What's? I know this is Mountain Valley, but what is this part of an album called? It's a page holder section, isn't it? Or is there a special name? I do not know. Right, so I can't think. Right, so I'm just wanting a little 1/4 of an inch valley. Now, I won't get much bulk in these pages, but that's absolutely fine. I'm not wanting to bulk them up too much. Right, back to a 1/2. So what I will do is I will let you know the proper measurements in a second. Like I say, I'm just winging this and making it up as I go. Right, so there is another mountain. Okay, so you can see how it is coming together like so. So I want to do one more on this side. So I've got 4 page holders. Right, so what I need to do is I'm using this as a guide. I want to go to the 1/4 mark. Make sure it's lining up on this line all the way down my trimmer. And then we do a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. Again, line it up. 1/2 inch. It is a lot easier if you are doing 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. You know what I mean? I just want my valleys to be a little bit thinner. Right, let's get this out the way then now. Spine. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Oh, I'm terrible at remembering words. But that's why I love crafting with you guys, because you always help out. I would be rubbish on TV programmes like Catchphrase and things like that. Right, okay. So, I'm just going to measure this. And I'm going to mark with my white pen, if I can find it, where I have scored. Because you'll not see this anyway. So you can see clearly where the smaller areas are. So this is a valley, a mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 spine sections to hold your pages. But on my other albums, it's normally just 1/2 inch increments. Right, so what we need to do is we need to flip it over, and on all the thicker pieces, we're going to put tape. Now, this is just, it's just the right size. Right, so let's just chat while I do this. It doesn't matter if it's overlapping towards the inside, because they're just going to stick together anyway. So what's everybody's plans for today? Anything exciting? Anything exciting happening? Hubby has a committee meeting tonight for the local football team. I'm going to have to heat up the oven in a little while because we've defrosted a 2XL steak pie that was in the freezer. And boy, that's going to be good. We'll have that with mashed potato. So right hearty meal. Right. As long as you keep the tape off of the valley sections, you're fine. There is no quick way really to do this in terms of a tutorial unless you do it full time and have no other commitments and have all the time in the world to kind of prepare in advance. Sometimes it's just easier doing it the dummy's guide the way I do it. Not that anybody's a dummy in here, obviously. Jill's just finishing off a new album design. I can't wait for another one of your craft alongs. Emma's been off with hypertension, headache, migraine. It's finally starting to let up at last. Oh, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. I had a slight headache earlier, but I think it's because I didn't have enough caffeine. And the coffee I've got there just went absolutely freezing. So I'm going to peel all these off and then we're going to stick them together. So let me move my little template. How cute is that? Oh, Hazel Ann, have you got sore back? I bet this cold weather isn't doing you any favours. My heating is now off because I can see the smart meter running away at nearly £10 a day with gas. So I think the house is finally warm enough that I don't need it on. Not to mention I've got my furry leggings on. Right, so all we're going to do is we're going to fold that in like so. Give it a good burnish. This is probably the most footery part. But once your spine's on, so you can see how that stands up. And it doesn't matter that when it's all together that it's shorter than your pages because we're going to cover the inside covers anyway. So Emma's blood pressure's been through the roof lately. Oh no, that's something I've never had an issue with, thankfully, except for once a few months before Christmas when I had a virus. It was slightly elevated, but not to the point where I needed tablets or anything. So right, okay, let's do this one now. So we're just going to fold this over, and like I say, this is probably the most footery part. There we go. Give it a good burnish. I hope it eases up soon. Karen's saying we need a new valve and a gas boiler, so you've got heaters everywhere. Oh my goodness. Are you watching your money fly out of them? The thing is, you've got to do what you've got to do, especially for those that are in pain and stuff, because we need the heat, don't we? And I'm not being funny. Dressing up in warm clothes isn't enough to get a heat deep in the bones and stuff, so... but I do have my furry leggings on, and I've got knee-high socks on over them. I've got my big black boots on. I've got a t-shirt and I've got a cardigan. Emma's got lots more hospital appointments than coming to the side. Oh yeah, definitely need to get something done if it keeps going up. Most definitely. Right, this is the last. I hate that when it sticks to you. It's so staticky. This is the last one. Dun, 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 dun. So you can see the pages are quite close together, but that's absolutely fine. It's going to be basic designs on the inside, not bulky. So can you see there how that's put together? And someone's smoke alarm is going off again in this street. It's constant. And see if you've got tinnitus. Oh my goodness. Right, what we want to do now is we want to get red tape on here. And we also, see that one's ever so slightly off, but that's fine because it's still going on good. We want to get red tape on here, stick it in the inside of our album. and then burnish it down. So we do need quite a lot on here because this is the main part that's going to hold the weight of our pages. So, right, let's see. So I want this stuck down real good. Righty ho. So grateful to finish work a little earlier today. Right, I'll do the inside bit in a second. I own my own house, got to pay for it ourselves. I know that's the thing, isn't it? And that's the thing. And because it's so cold of late, you don't want to risk any frozen pipes or anything. So I've scheduled my gas central heating to come on at 6 o'clock in the morning again till 8:30, and then I will boost it again if necessary. The main cost for your heating is actually the daily standing charge. So, right, let's see now. Now I want it on here, and then I'm going to burnish it down. Oops. Oops, wee bit squint, but it doesn't matter because it's still flush. Take your time, don't go too quick like I am. So I need it on this bit now. Right, where are you? Where's the end? I don't know if you can hear that alarm going off. It's just so annoying. Right, okay. Burnish that well. Good. Right, okay. So I have 4 little pages, so I'm just going to kind of separate them and burnish them out so they're nice and flexible. There we go. Also going to do it this way because you want it to be able to have some good movement in it and not restrict it. Right, there we go. So let's pick all these bad boys off. Laurie's below 0 degrees weather here. Oh my goodness. It was -4 overnight. Yeah, it's I think it was -5, I think, up where I am in Scotland. It was actually due to be up to -7, but it was slightly milder today. But I think we're definitely getting the snow. And that's fine, because I'll just stay inside. I don't need to go back out this week at all. I've been to my work yesterday. Hi Donna. How is that gorgeous wee grumpy face cat of yours? Hi Sue. So this wasn't a planned live. I just thought I'm going to make a point of coming on and just chatting to you guys while I make myself a little album. Hang on, I can't get that red tape off of me. So when they go on YouTube, it will be a bit long-winded. But people can always just skip the parts where I'm doing the timely jobs like this. Now, we do need lots of wet glue on here. Whoops. Just because if I pop it down squint, I've got some wiggle room. There we go. Do you think the snow will miss us down south? Now, that's funny because I'm sure Jackie is on my team. She's Manchester area, I think. And they've got snow, and I was like, wow. 2A is great. Teddy, however, is off to the vets. Oh, is he not feeling well? Okay, so I need to position this kind of centered, top and bottom, on this page. There we go. Don't flaff around too much. So you can hear all the little air bubbles coming out. So make sure you burnish that well. And don't worry about these bits because, like I say, the matte layers are going to go in there. So that's got 4 little sections for pages. Right, now what you need to do in the crease for this bit and this bit, we need to run our bone folder up and down there. And then we're going to take our time and just give it a little burnish and a little healthy wiggle. Even run your hands up and down it, get it nice and warm. Can't we used to do that, so has someone in now, unfortunately their valves stopped working. It's a weird one, yeah it is, definitely. Donna, are you having anything nice on your lunch break? All I've had to eat today is that bit of burnt toast, so I will need to get something to eat soon. Can't believe what I'd done is I'd put the bit of toast in, and I do like it well done. I put it in for 6 minutes, and then I forgot about it, and I done a little craft room tour video for my Team Smithy page for the demonstrator ladies on my team, because I know a few of them have been in the process of or planning to do some tidying up and reorganisation in their craft space. So I've got lost for about 10 minutes to a little video. Ta-da! There is our basics. How long have I been on? Does it tell you on the phone here? Can anyone see how long I've been live? Oh, 46 minutes. Oh, that's all right. What we'll do is I'll put some matte layers on. Normally I would do the covers at the end, but I'm going to do the inside and the covers as well, because if it's nice and pretty, it'll make me want to keep going and doing the inside. So once I've done that, I'll end the live, and then the next time I'm on, I'll have the measurements for the 4 pages that will be pocket pages. So you'll have little pull out sections and stuff like that. So, and you can see no ripping or cracking in my lovely Stampin' Up black cardstock. I have used cheap cardstock in the past and regretted it, so you don't want to do that. Right, now I'm just going to quickly clear this a little bit. Now for the mats and layers, I just use my normal Tombow glue that I get from Stampin' Up, because it's one of the best weight glues, I think. Right, now what I need to decide, I should have said at the start, sorry, the colour I've chosen for my basic colour is black. You don't need to use black, you can use any colour. Black is good because you can't see gluey finger marks etc on it, because it does get a bit messy at times. See, I've got tape stuck to me. But then you need to choose a matte colour. So the papers I'm using for this album is the Flight and Airy, and this is free, so it's 12 by 12 sheets. You pick the prettiest one for the front and the back and the outside spine of your album, and then all the rest you can mix and match on the inside. So what I will say is these slightly thicker bits of cardstock are really good for cutting up to get ATC cards, for making tags and stuff as well. If you want a little bit of thicker tag, they're really good. And they also, I have used them, because it's 12 inches, I've scored it 3 on each side and made a box base. Obviously I cover the inside and cover this bit, but it's good for a box base as well, so I keep all of these. Right, so colours we have are, I'm just going to go through them. We've got Petal Pink, we've got Boho Blue. Look how beautiful these are, guys. Wow, so I'm thinking possibly this. Now, one sheet of this will do the front and back covers. You've not had the courage to chop into it yet. Oh, Donna. This is one of 2 full packs that I've got, and I've got another scrap set. So, because there's 2 of each design, take out what you want for your front and back covers. So, I'm definitely going to use this, I think. Let me decide. So, we've got lots of colours in here. Oh, no. I'm going to go with this one. This is actually my favourite. So let me get both of those out. But you should get the front and back cover and the spine with one sheet of this. Okay, so I'm going to keep the second copy of that for the inside because it's just super pretty. Right, so what was I saying? Colours are Boho Blue, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight. Now, I'm not using, there's only a hint of Daffodil Delight in these papers. So I think the main colours are Bubble Bath, Soft Sea Foam would be great, nice subtle colours, Fresh Freesia, what else is there? Boho Blue. So what I need to look at now is, of those colours, which do I have? Oh, thank you. Which do I have plenty of? So, Boho Blue. Well, that's Azure Afternoon. Hang on. Where is my Boho Blue? So, my Boho Blue is only about 3/4 of a pack. I might need... That might be enough, but I'm not confident. So, I think I will go with... see, Bubble Bath's the same. Let me see. I think I'll go with... You know what? I can't concentrate because that smoke alarm is actually chiming through my earlobes right now. Oh, thank you. The gorgeous papers. Hi, Jackie. Karen can make lots of different things but have trouble choosing what papers to use. Blue goes better with the black. Do you think the Boho Blue, hun? Let's do that. I'm putting an order in tomorrow anyway, so if I use most of this, I can always order some tomorrow. That's why I joined Stampin' Up, Karen, because I had so much stuff, nothing went with anything, and it was so confusing. So I destashed a whole lot of that, and I've now only used the Stampin' Up stuff, unless it's something we don't provide. Right, going with this. So let's do the inside matte layers and covers for the minute. Right, okay. I need to actually get one of my 12 by 12 sleeves. It's a wee bit easier to work with. Right, so 8 by 5 by 1 5/8 is this little album size. We've got 4 pieces for pages, which we'll do tomorrow. So we're going to cover all of these bits. Now, if you want to show off your matte layers, I would go with 1/4 inch. What's the other word for increment when you go down? I really can't think today. Hi, Pat. Thank you so much for my lovely little calendar, honey. So this is 8 by 5, so I'm going to go down 1/4 inch on the length and the width, basically. And I'll only need 1 sheet to do that, because that's why I made it this size, so I could save and be a little bit more frugal on my cardstock. That's my dog coming back through. Hello, sweetheart. See ya. Right, so 8 by 5, so it's going to be 7 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut that now. The front and back is going to be 4 3/4. So 4 3/4. And then the spine is going to be, it is 1 5/8, so it needs to go down to 1 3/8. So, usually what I do if I'm practicing an album or something different, I'll tend to use retired papers. Yeah, that's good, because it's given me a good border size so that you can see the colour of the album, and each layer will pop nicely. Oh, that's perfect. Good. So that means I need to cut up my covers now. So these are going to be 1/4 inch smaller. So these will be 7.5 by 4.5. Now I'm going to cut this directional so that it all flows. What did I say this spine was? This is 1 3/8. So this will be 1 1/8 for the spine, and 4.5 for the front. So keep all your little bits. You never know when they'll come in handy. So you can see how this will now flow like a picture. Okay, so let's just take the mats off the now, move my little album. So I'll maybe do these tutorials, live demonstrations at an hour at a time, because I think it's too much doing the full process in the winner kind of thing. Right, let me get back into picture for into shot for starters. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. And this is just gorgeous. So lots of glue. Sometimes I'm a bit naughty and I don't go close enough to the edge, but I am going to with this one because obviously this is going to be an album with a lot of love and supplies thrown into it. So bone folder, where are you? Let's put them away. There we go. Now let's do this wee guy. Oh, right. So again, just make sure it's all lining up. How beautiful is this paper? Oh, I'm enjoying cutting this up, I really am. Normally I get a bit possessive. I don't want to cut it up. But if you've got 2.5 packets, what is the point in having them if you ain't going to use them? It is gorgeous, and thank you for choosing the blue for me. And that's probably cut out about 5 minutes time on this video, Hazel, because I would have pondered and pondered and pondered. So that's brilliant. Oh, this is super exciting. Okay, so this is going to go on the front here. How wonderful. Now, wait a minute. I'm not going to put it on the front yet, because you know why? I want to put lots of gorgeous ribbon on first, and that needs to go underneath these layers. So let's get boho blue textured ribbon. Let's get, these are the ones that are active still. Let's use, see, this is meant to be, because I thought I've got too many kind of blue colours. I'm not wanting to use that. I will use a petal pink though. Oh, gorgeous. And is there another one I should use? Yeah, you know what? I think I will use this. I'll use a couple of pieces of this. Right, so I do want it nice and gorgeous looking like this one. So how many pieces did I use? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's about 6 bits. There, isn't that gorgeous? Right. So I want enough that it's going to cover. So it's 5, 6.5, say it's 12. So I want quite a bit of length. So let me see. If I cut this, now I'm just cutting it off screen. Let me see, I think this is plenty. So if I measure it down here, that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28 inches of ribbon. Doesn't matter if the edges get frayed, because we're going to use a retired punch, and we're going to attach these to little circles, so they're like little tabs and stuff. So cute. Right, so I want 2 bits of that, and once I've got the ribbon down, I'll stick the covers on. Great way to use up that ribbon stash as well that you're holding. So 2 bits of that, done. I want 2 bits of pink. And just seeing the prettiness of all these ribbons is, oh, it's just amazing. I do like it. Does anybody want to pat me on the back for using up these gorgeous papers and ribbons? And just going for it. And we're going to add Tahitian Tide just as a little ribbon to make the colours pop ever so slightly. Whoops. Am I back? Am I back? Sorry, I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb, but it pauses the video when someone calls, even though I say not to do that. Never mind. Now, I've also got this gorgeous blue. Oh, you know what? I might just use a bit of that as well. I'll use a bit of that as well. Right, so next step is move them out the way. Move your layers out the way. And we want to put sticky stuff right across the middle here. And it's just really to keep it in place, secure under your mat level layers. So I'm going to bring out this dastardly big, huge double-sided tape. I'll show you what I do. So I'm going to place it in the middle. And I'm leaving enough room for, you know, the folds and stuff. You don't want it overlapping or being visible to the eye. So it needs to be thinner than the matte layers that you're going to stick on top. Dun, 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 dun. There. Okay. I take it you guys can't hear that smoke alarm going off. It's actually quite worrying. It's either faulty and they're not reporting it, because there's a few council flats around here, or they're just absolute rubbish at cooking, which is a worry as well. I almost feel like going over and saying, are you okay? Right, okay. So this is really easy. And thank you for sticking around, especially since it wasn't planned this live. Right, where's my pokey tool now? Oh, look, Tricia put it back. Right, good, you can't hear it, that's fine. This is super sticky. It looks like it's not stuck down, but I will burnish it better. Okay. If this was Stampin' Up stuff, it would be stuck down proper. Right, so we need to decide on the kind of layout for the ribbon. Okay, so make sure they're all lined up. I know you can't see this very well, but make sure they're kind of lined up as best possible. And it's good to kind of separate them out. I think what we'll do is we'll put this one in the middle. And in between the pink and the boho blue, I will put the little strand of this. Now this is good because you can fray it at the end as well. This is obviously a bit small to put tabs on the end, but that's fine. Great. So, the one in the middle is the one we put on first. Okay, so just make sure that you've got it nice and centred. Okay, so I'm going to fold that round like so, just so that I know, you see how it's got a little beveled bit, so that I know it's going to close properly, like that. So let me leave it like so. Right, next piece on each page is, was it the pink? Or was it the blue? Oh my goodness, I've just mixed myself up. Oh, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to make it up as I go. So we're going to put the blue there. Okay, I'm just going to wrap it round. Now, one of them's on slightly squint, but it's fine, you just adjust it. Okay. And then we'll give it a good burnish once every bit's on. Right, the pink was going to go, let me see, where's the middle? Pink is going to go, my old file line would go off every time I opened the oven. Oh my goodness. Sometimes they position them in the most silliest places, don't they? If need be, you can add more tape. I just want to make sure that when it's closed, it's nice and flush here. Okay, so pink again. I think I'm going to have to put another piece of tape on, but that's fine. Perfect. That's the half bit, so I'll put that on there. Put that on there. Might not even need that second bit of boho blue, to be honest. Okay. See how footery it is, but it's going to look gorgeous. And look at that. Look at that. That's nice. Right. You know what? I'm just going to put this bit on. I've cut it now, so I might as well use it. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! Right. So, that is the ribbons on. Now we're ready to put the mat layers on. So, I can open it now. Take these bits out, and you can see the mat layer for the inside spine is going to go on perfect. Now there is a bit of a bulk, so I am going to use tape for the top and bottom of these panels. I see you, darling. Right, now if it's directional, make sure you've got it lined up. Yep, that's right. Oh, did you hear it now? I think when I stopped talking, I think it's actually went off again now. No, it's still going off. Damn it. Right, so top and bottom. We're putting some tape on. Okay, so top. Now where's my ruler? There it is. And I will plaster it in some wet glue as well. And then I need to really give it a good burnish. Hi Linda, how are you? Like so. I'm going to put a bit in the middle. Why not? I'm going to push it down so hard that it's going to be great. So again, make sure it's all the right way. Let's just burnish this on. Pick it off and then we'll add some wet glue. This is album making's good. At one of my team retreats that I had, I think it was one before COVID actually, I designed a little 4x4 mini album that had like 6 pages inside, and I typed up a full tutorial for it, and it was about 12 pages long, and that's what we made for our Team Crafty get together. So it was good. Right, I'm just putting glue around the edge. Not too close to the edge of that bit. Okay, now this is where sometimes it goes slightly out in terms of measurements, but as long as here, here and here is the same distance, I'm happy. There we go, there we go. Okay, we're going to do the same with the middle. Then I'll show you the finished bit. Woo! Getting there, getting there. Right, I'll use red tape on this because it's thinner. Okay. So, that is really annoying me, that alarm. It's really bugging me now. Right, can't believe it's a bit mild in here now. What Jeff's saying, why'd you put glue on as well as tape? Well, just in case you put it down, squint, Jeff. Because there's wet glue on it, it gives you a wee minute to kind of lift it back up without destroying all your paper. Ask me how I know. Well, that's the aim anyway. I've got dry glue all over my hands. I tell you, you've got a good wife there, Jeff. She's such an inspiration in our wee Keep Crafty group. Not so wee now though, because it's quite a busy group now, isn't it? You're such an inspiration. Right, okay, so sticky icky icky. Now again, we're going to make sure that it's the right way round. So I'm just going to line it up like so. See, I've popped that down ever so slightly, squint. Now that would have stuck if it wasn't for that wet glue. There you go. Oh, this is going to be super pretty. It's going to be super pretty. Right, let me get the big fat tape out. So on there. Da, da, da. It's hard to talk sometimes when you're doing the gluing stage. I know it seems like the least thing that you would think you would need to concentrate on, but Like, oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, finish with your bone folder. Right, let's do this. We're getting there and then we'll be finished for this wee session. Okay, what I'll do is once this goes up on YouTube as part one of many, no doubt, then I'll add text to my video so that the measurements come up for each of the bits as we're doing them, and then you could always pause the video to see what sizes you need, etc. Right, okay, and again, make sure it's the right way round, because it's something that I would do is put things on upside down. Ta-da! Right, give it a good burnish. I would never ever make an album with white cardstock or vanilla for the base, because imagine how grotty that would get. Right, folks, that is the basics. I'll do the inside covers in the next video because I've kept you long enough. But imagine when that's all filled and tied, and we've got the pretty ribbons here. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Gemma. So that is going to be gorgeous. So if you're just here, it's an 8x5 by 1 5/8 mini album. It's not that mini, but it's a good handbag size, and it's got 4. The spine has enough for 4 pages to be added there, with a little small 1/2 inch valley in between, because it is a thinner album. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll come on and off this week as I'm getting time, and the whole aim is to use up this full packet of this gorgeous paper. Oh, now nobody noticed. I used the wrong... I didn't decide on that paper for the front. I was wanting to use that one. But you know what? It looks extra special anyway, so... What a wally. Never mind, I'll use that for the inside, possibly. See, it shows you need to pay attention. Don't have too much bits and bobs lying around. But it's going to be lovely. We're going to have little tabs coming out here, some tabs along here. Kind of like this one, but little pull-out sections and little gorgeous little pretty things. So yeah, thanks everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, folks. I'll see you soon. Bye.